These axle shafts right here, double cardan joints by Upgrade RC, change everything, and I'm going to show you why. Let's get to the table. There's a lot of details to discuss. Let's get this going. The number one thing you're not going to have is oscillation at speed at the wheel. Okay, a heavier wheel makes it look even worse than it is, but look right here. You've got this right here. You're splitting the angle between two joints. Now, if you look at this axle right here, and you're at 45 degrees or whatever, hopefully you can see this because I'm going to try to spin this. You can see the oscillation on the output shaft, right? You can see it like it speeds up right here, slows down right there, speeds up. And I'm talking about this right here, not this. This will be the same exact speed, the same RPM. This right here will oscillate, okay? Hopefully you can see that just in this demonstration right here. What these will do for you, when you're in a turning situation, and I know you've experienced it, you'll be in a turning situation and it'll be bound up. Like, man, I can't get it to go, and all of a sudden, boom, and you can actually feel it in your fingers if you do it like this. And this right here will allow that tire to spin faster and slower and faster and slower. Sometimes this works out, sometimes this can actually get you up. But when I do a turn test, you can see this in the turn. The truck will be a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. These right here will not allow that because all that oscillation is right here, not here at the tire. So when you go to turn real sharp up a climb, you're going to have a smooth power transfer. The tire is not going to oscillate, which will allow you to have a much more accurate, precise, and predictable turn. In this example right here, this is a U-joint design, and you've got that oscillation at turn. You've got it there, right? Now this, some companies call this a CVD. It is not a constant velocity drive. The only company that's got this correct as far as like that goes is the VVD by Vanquish, variable velocity drive, because this does the exact same speed up and slow down just like the U-joints. So that's where these right here change everything. This is an unmodified 10-3 axle housing, okay? Full turn, and I can tell you this much. You can actually feel the lack of oscillation in the driveline. This changes everything, man. Up here, turn it, everything. I mean, look at that angle right there. So as far as angle goes, you have plenty for the vast majority of the axles, which I want to get into angles. Let's talk about that. Let's just say this is 45 degrees, okay? At 45 degrees, you have 45 degrees of angle on the U-joint, okay? I can feel the oscillations right here. With this at 45 degrees, guess what? You have 22.5 degrees at each joint. Now, granted, this has got the pin style in it, but still, you got half the angle. Now, just keep in mind, this is a first right here. So we've got this right here. This is going to get nothing but better and better and better. But as far as overall steering angles, yeah, we're good to go. And it's going to be smooth. That changes everything. I don't know how many times I can tell you guys that, but it changes everything. If there's one thing it's going to change, that may not be good. The only thing this is going to change that may not be good is, you know how when you get your vehicle on a belly, stuck on something, and you can turn it, you can spin it, and this right here, the vibration, the oscillation on this will shake the vehicle? You're not going to have that with this. So you're going to actually have to turn on your driver mod and not let that happen. You can wiggle the tires and all that to get some momentum and shake like that, but just simply turning your tires sharp and throttling it, expecting that shake, that is gone. That is history with these. But the steering accuracy, because I'm all about steering accuracy, when it comes to crawling, everything counts. Everything. It has to be under control in every possible way. When you're going to climb that hill and you don't know what part of the oscillation this is in, you can make or break that hill. It's going to make or break you. This right here is going to be consistent. In this demonstration right here, we're going to actually look at the phase of that U-joint as it turns. There we go. Watch it start speeding up and slowing down. Look at that. Those are the phases I was telling you about. That's the U-joint phase. And the constant velocity or the pin drive CVD styles, they do the exact same thing as this. This is a new upgrade RC Dual Cardan joint. Look at that. Absolutely smooth. And now we're going to go up the speed. Watch this. Absolutely smooth. At speed on the old style, not very nice at speed. And a heavier wheel and tire combination makes that way worse than what it is. If you were to take the wheels and tires off, you would notice no shaking or no difference at all because there's no mass out here to deal with. And both of them together, it's that simple. And now it's time to drive. Now, I have matched up the wheels and tires perfectly between both of them. They have the exact same inserts, exact same offsets, everything. Now, this is the Axial Pro. This is my Sam truck. Another reason I chose these is they've got the exact same front axle, okay? And this one right here, when the underdrive is on, it's about 40%. This one here is about 40% as well. So we're also matched up on the underdrive. Let's get this going. Okay, starting off with Sam. Watch it. Watch how this moves. You'll see it speed up, slow down. It'll kind of turn quick and then push, quick, push, quick, push. That's the phasing. You can hear it. All right. Now it's time for the axial. The underdrive is turned on. Yep, ready? Wow, that's even better than I expected. That is really good. I didn't expect it. Oh, that is really good. Look at that. Oh man, I love this. One of the climbs I was talking about, and we all have these on our courses where you have to turn up into something, will be this right here. Sometimes you'll walk up this and you're like, oh man, it just gets it so good. And then other times it's like, why did it push? And that happens. So at full turn, we're gonna have the oscillation on the front tires. And you're also having, make sure that stays on there. You're also going to have the binding. At slow speeds like this, you don't really notice the binding. You just don't, okay? But like in this situation right here, if you knew it was going to pull versus, push because of the phasing of the joints, you'd have a more consistent and proper driving ability here. That was a good pull though. That was a really good pull. All right, let's see what we got here. Keep in mind these two trucks have different balances on them, different axle ratios in the rear. So there is a difference on the torque twist and stuff like that. They both torque twist in the same direction though. If I can get that back tire over here to the edge like I did before. Looks good. And now let's see here. I've got a good, honest 40% up front throughout the entire range of rotation. In some cases, like in this right here, with a U-joint, you might get lucky and get that, like say 60% right where you need it. But if the 20%, and I'm talking about the speed of the phases. Look at that, nice even pull right there. And what I'm talking about 60 and 20 is I'm kind of trying to elaborate on the difference in speed like I showed you guys on the table of the overdrive or the axle U-joint. you get into a situation right there where this is in the proper spot, it will have like a 60% and kind of give you a little bit of a boost on the turn. But if you're in the wrong spot, happens a lot, it's going to push, and then the front end is going to go down over here, and that's a failed climb. I think I've got this high centered. All right, we got that. There is zero tire wobble. So at this point, you got to do you got to work it a little bit more to get the shake to probably get off of a rock. That's about the only downside I can possibly think, is you might lose a little bit of that shake as to help you get off of the skid. A little bit of a durability test. Fully turned, going into full reverse. Let's see what happens. Good to go. And let's see what we got here. I have no idea what phase the U-joint is, but I'm sorry, Sam just doesn't have as much speed as the Pro. So, now the whole angle thing, just remember, say I've got, you know, let's just say I got 50 degrees turn on this truck. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but let's just say I've got 50 degrees. With the U-joints, I'd have 50 degrees on the U-joints. On these, I've only got 25. So, a U-joint, generally speaking, the higher the angle, the weaker the joint. Just because of simple leverages. Just because of simple leverages. That's just, that's a mechanical thing. Now, I am loving these axles. I love the consistency. When you're competition crawling, man, I'm having a problem with that mower. When you're competition crawling, I'm telling you right now, consistency is everything. And rotational consistency, I mean, this is what's on the ground. Extremely important. And one final test, because if you're going to compete with these things, they've got to be up to par, right? It is so smooth. Everything in the driveline seemed to run smoother. We had less binding and all of that. Now I did a little durability on them and all that, spinning around upside down, nothing broke. You gotta figure these have half the angle per joint inside the axle as what a normal one does. So that's kind of a big deal, because like I mentioned, the sharper the turn, the weaker the U-joint. That's just simple leverage. But these right here change things. If you got a 10.3, you really need to get the A-main. The link's down below. Use those links. Hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and you guys have a wonderful day.
If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.